Hi, it's Alaska Granny. If you're concerned about empty shelves, rising prices, what if panic buying became a thing? What can you do? Well, first of all, as preppers, we should be adding to our food storage stockpile. We should be having things that we're adding in all the time. We should have an ample supply of ready-to-eat foods, foods that are simple to prepare, and maybe something as simple as a butane stove that you can prepare your food. Have the fuel for that butane stove as well. It's a great idea to have paper plates and plastic utensils so that if food shortages become an issue on top of something like the water stops running or there's no electricity, maybe you can't wash your dishes. You need to have a way to still be able to serve the meals that you can make. The more ways that we prepare, the easier it will be for us to face food shortages, rising prices, and even panic buying, because it doesn't affect us if we have prepared for the possibility that those things could come to pass. If you've lived anywhere where hurricanes, winter storms, tornadoes are a possibility, you know that the havoc that can be created by such a natural disaster. Even a wildfire can limit your ability to get the supplies and the foods that you need. So have an ample supply of food. I can't stress that enough, how important it is to have some easy to grab and go, open and eat foods. Let's go over again a few of the foods that you could have on hand that would require absolutely no cooking. How could you have a meal without having to do any cooking at all? Let's start with breakfast. How about some boxes of cereal, shelf-stable milk, tear open and eat granola bars, things like that, fruit pouches, juice boxes. There are all kinds of foods that you can have to start the day. What about lunch? Maybe you can't keep enough bread on hand, but you could have some crackers. On top of the crackers, you could put some canned meat, peanut butter, jelly. There are lots of different toppings you can put together to make a simple sandwich out of a cracker. How about some of the summer sausages that don't even require refrigeration? It could almost be like a picnic. You could slice off some sausages, add them into some varieties of crackers, and you have some nice, delightful snacks. Lunch can also be a can of ravioli, a can of chili, a can of rice and beans. There are all different varieties of ready-to-eat meals that are better if you heat them up, but if you can't, you could still pop them open and eat them. Besides in a can, ready-to-go meals are available in pouches. They're also available, for example, the Hormel Completes. They're in a little dish. They're designed to be heated in the microwave, but if you can't, you could still eat them because they're already prepared. With some of the pouch meals, something that I've done in the past is heat up a pot of water, put the pouch into the boiling water for a few minutes, and that heats it up as well. That's where having a butane or a camping stove is beneficial. You can boil some water. Then if you even wanted to have backpacking meals or something like the Bear Creek soups or pasta mixes, nor pasta mixes, you could add the water, turn them into a nice hot meal. So just having the ability to boil a little water can really go a long way to saving the day. If a lot of your pantry meal ideas include soups, have some disposable bowls. You still have the ability to serve your meals and not have to worry about trying to wash dishes without running water or with limited stored water on hand. Dinner can be some meals in a bag. Maybe you've seen some of my videos where I put together meal ideas that can sit in the pantry together that require almost no cooking. You can put together pasta mixes with a can of meat, a can of vegetables, maybe a side of fruit, and you have a meal that you can take out and you can immediately start preparing it with very little effort and have a nice big meal for your family. Try to structure your meals in a bag or your shelf meals into the size that can fit your family. Whether you have 2 people or 10 people, you want to be able to have the right amount of food, because if there is a power outage, you may not be able to store your leftovers properly. Make sure you have options and ideas of how you can limit the size of the meals to fit what you're going to need to eat right now. Have grab-and-go snacks, easy-to-eat foods that you can pass out in between meals. Little packs of cookies, all kinds of different chips and snacks. Look for foods that your family enjoys and have those on hand for emergencies. Then don't forget your pets. You want to have the food that your pet needs as well. Take into account the special needs of your family. Do you have a baby? Make sure you have the supplies the baby would need. Feminine hygiene products can really go a long way to saving the day in an emergency situation. Always have enough toilet paper, tissue, and garbage bags so that you can really get through any kind of a situation. The strategy for preppers is to realize that panic buying does occur. Anything can set it off, but it doesn't have to be something that we are swept away in because we have the things we need. We don't have to go to the store. We don't need to worry about not having enough or the right categories of things because we prepared ahead of time. So you need to have food, you need to have water, don't forget first aid supplies, sanitation supplies, and all of the different categories of things that make your life run smoothly from morning till night. Look over your life. What kind of things do you use from the minute you wake up until you go to bed? What would you do if the electricity was off or the water stopped running? Make sure that you have options for that. Flashlights, candles, maybe a portable heater depending on the weather where you are. Keep up on your laundry so you always have clean clothes. Not having clean clothes to wear could create and become the emergency. We don't want to put ourselves in a vulnerable situation simply because we didn't keep our laundry done and put away. Do the same thing with your dishes. Keep your dishes done, your kitchen cleaned up so that you don't start an emergency with a disaster area. You want to be able to face every single day the best it can be, and one of those is having clean socks and underwear and a clean kitchen. If we are prepared, little glitches don't become panic situations for us because we have the things we need. We can hunker down, stay home safely. We don't have to rush out into the crowd to try to glean a little bit left from the panic buying. We also can deal with the situation at hand as safely as possible with the supplies that we have safely at home. Emergencies come to all of us, whether it's us as individuals, our family, our community, our state, and even our nation. We need to be prepared. So keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on around you. Keep track of the news so that you can strategize if it's something else you need to prepare for just by what you hear. It can spark an idea of additional items that you might want to have for your prepping supplies. Leave a comment if you think there's something else we should add to our basic prepping supplies so that we are prepared for anything. That's the whole point. We want to make every day be the best it can be, and the way we do that is by preparing. I hope you'll share my video with someone else you think might enjoy it. Please like my video, and please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.